Oh my goodness. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday. Let me see. I can't even see. July, July 23rd. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I do know what day it is. It is Tuesdays with Todd. I have my nephew Todd with us today. He is not just my nephew. He is a human being that I admire his strength and will to do the right thing. Or to try to do the right thing every day. I won't put that kind of pressure on him. But yeah, so I'm really excited. Haven't been here for a couple of days, adjusting to some things that are going on. But yeah, so it's a great day in Ohio. We dropped about 30 degrees in one night. It is manageable weather for us here. So good morning, Todd. How you doing, bud?
Good morning. I am doing super fantastic.
Now, how is that possible for us to be doing that good already? I just tell you.
Admitting we're wrong, it takes the pressure off.
It does. I've been experiencing that. It's like, you know what? You're right. I'm wrong. And then it makes life so much easier. It really does. I spent too many of my years trying to be right and correct, and that was putting way too much stress on myself. I think I'm in good company when I say that. You know, I have my coffee here.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was very good. We moved my one daughter from one apartment to the other in that heat. You know, Todd, I really miss that muscle, man. When you helped me move, we had myself, her dad, her sister's boyfriend, and a guy friend of hers, and I almost like she wasn't part Rossiter. She was completely organized. Everything, but she was lucky. She got the keys like a week before, so all that stuff that gets you in the end when you're moving, she kind of took care of herself. So we were doing I say that, but we were doing the large furniture, and that's really all it was. So the move only took, a couple of hours, but it was hot for those guys.
Yes, it was.
Holy. And just looking at their shirts, looked like they had just jumped into a pool and back out.
Mm-hmm.
But, I helped a little bit. I did little stuff, but with my healing fractured ankle that really, he said I would be normal in August. He was a really nice guy. The guy that took care of my foot, And you can talk to me about some of the personalities that took care of you and your major injuries. And I keep talking about my little baby fractured foot. But he treated me with so much respect. I was so embarrassed from falling and just ashamed, oh my gosh, look at you having fun dancing and you slipped and fell. He was very respectful. And he talked to me. He says, I'm going to pretend like you're an athlete because I think you would respect what I would tell an athlete. And I go, yeah. And he goes, and I can tell you're the kind of person that might push too far in the beginning. I go, well, he said an athlete would be out 6 months for what happened to me. I felt really proud. But it was it was the respect that he gave me. What was that like? I mean, Todd, to our new listeners, Todd fell at work into a 44-foot hole.
Yep.
Gosh.
40-foot hole.
40-foot hole and crushed everything. Now, even last week when you updated me on that, I was telling people you crushed everything but your face.
No, I did that too.
You did?
I got a plate in there too.
Where? Where is this plate?
It's on my left side. It goes from the center of my nose through my sinus cavity, all the way across my cheek up to my eye. You can feel it in there. I mean, you can touch my face and you can feel the edge of the plate all the way down.
Hey, when you're at the airport, do you got to tell them? Or have you been to the airport?
I have to carry a card.
Wow.
A card that says that I'm full of metal. because titanium won't show up on metal detectors because of the type of metal it is, which I don't understand why. It doesn't make any sense to me. But it'll definitely show up on a walkthrough X-ray like you wouldn't believe. But even when I went to a particular presidential candidate's rally just to see what one was like, I never been to one. We just did it on a whim.
Yeah.
And went through the metal detectors and nothing went off, and I was like, damn, wow.
So it's titanium that doesn't show up?
Apparently not. I mean, I've yet to set one off, and I've been in a lot of federal and county buildings where you have to go through them, and no,
That's crazy.
it's really weird.
So you probably made the stock of titanium go up at that time, or you should invest in it. I mean, you're probably not the only one out there full of titanium. Do they use titanium because it's soft and they can bend it to what they want?
No, it's not soft at all. It's very, very, very hard. It's one of the hardest metals produced. Like, you can't even cut this stuff like with a regular metal blade saw. It'll chew the teeth right off of it. You can't even try to cut off. I mean, you can't burn it with a torch. It's extremely hard. It's bulletproof. I mean, you can't. If you ever get bored, look up on YouTube a guy shooting a plate of titanium. He's got this plate of titanium, and he uses all these different guns, all the way up to a big 50 caliber sniper rifle that doesn't go through it.
Well,
So no, it's very, very, very dense.
Well, then how do they conform it to different people's bodies? How does that happen? Do you know?
They use, well, you know what? Like, the rod in my leg is just a straight piece of rod. It's just a straight piece of rod. The ones in both my forearms some of them have a preformed bend to them, which get like a rough shape, and then you're just screwed to it. It's screwed to your bone, and it goes through and through, and then the other stuff, the plate in my hand, and the one in my face, they actually had to do a mesh, like a model type thing, like a mock-up, and then make the plate and then put that in my face. And they did that up through the inside of my mouth. They cut the inside of my mouth and slid the plate up behind my, good times. And then the pins I have all in my wrist and all that, and then the big plates on the side of my femur and the big bolt in my hip, was just put in. It screws in, and it screws in and locks it, and that's just where it's at. And they're big. It's big stuff. It looks like regular tools. I have to show you sometime.
Okay. Here's a question. Do you get cold because of metal? Or do your muscles and everything keep it all covered and warm?
No, if it's bitter cold out, it hurts my face worse than anything. That's nerve damage from not only because I broke my face from just the top, just above my eyeball, all the way down. It's a vertical line that goes all the way down below my eyeball to my teeth, and I just crushed that side of my face, and that's what they played it. But the damage is more so nerves, and the bitter cold, it hurt. It really stings. And then my arms, usually not too bad, but there's a difference. But once I get cold, if I'm out, which I'm usually not, unless I'm screwing around.
Right.
Once I get cold like that, it stays cold for a while, and you can feel it in my skin. So I'll take a wicked hot shower, and I'm fine.
Did you when all this started happening, when they started talking to you and coaching to you about the different things that were going to happen, were you just do it, fix me? Or were you scared? Excuse me.
To be honest,
Hmm.
I didn't have a say so in it. It was mom did. Mom made all these decisions,
Yeah.
and she said, like whatever it takes. 'Cause like I said, I was when I first got there, I was bleeding to death, and they were concerned with just saving my life. And when I fell, and what I fell into was muddy and greasy, so I had exposed bone.
Oh, I'm shivering. Oh
Not
my
only, not
God.
only Yeah, not only in the air and the elbow, but both my arms and my leg were out of the skin, and they were just trying to get it cleaned up enough for infection, and that's why they were going to amputate my leg, because the only way they could get it clean and get to the artery on the other side was to take it off. So they cut me on the inside of my leg to fix the artery. While they were doing that, somebody else was cleaning the other side of my leg, because the compound fracture went out it's my left leg, so it went out to the outside of my body, the outside side of my body, not the inside. And my artery was bleeding on the inside, so they had one guy over here working on the inside, and that's what managed to save my life and my leg, save my leg too. And then mom made all the decisions because I wasn't coherent. I mean, it was 9 surgeries, 9 days in a row. I didn't know up from down, nothing. And I just woke up with all this stuff. But down the road, when I had the cadaver leg made into a half an arm and an elbow for me, those were my decisions. Those were preset. They were pre-planned. Because my left elbow was so bad, it would just come dislocated all the time. Like, it didn't hurt, it would just flap, boom,
Oh, wow.
And so they decided and I love my doctor. He, one of them, I mean, I had 4 surgeons, but my arm guy, this guy's a character, man. And he says to me, he goes, what do you say we take a dead guy's leg and throw that in your arm and see what happens?
Oh my God.
That's how I kind of put it. I'm like, right on, let's do it, And that's a whole process, because not only are you using another body part off of another human being, my body had to be in good condition as far as everything, like your all your blood. I couldn't have had any type of disease, diabetes,
Right.
STD, anything in my system, or would have rejected it. For my body to accept this thing, it had to be perfect, and it was, and it happened to work out. My body accepted all the metal, which is rare. It's been a blessing, like, through the whole ride of what I've gotten to go through, because just regardless of what happened to me.
Did you do you
Sure.
know the people that specifically, like you were just describing in the early hours, did you get to meet the ones that literally saved your life?
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. They've been there since day one. Even the ambulance drivers, when I would still go up to Metro and stuff. Even the girls that used to take me down to surgery.
Mm-hmm.
They'd laugh and chuckle, and we'd yap it up all the way down there. She's like, I'm sick of dragging you down there. She goes, you need to lose some weight, just being funny.
Yeah.
And, she was, they always wanted to give us ladies a big guy to try to hem haul around and try to drag around on a sheet. And, but no, I was very, very affiliated with them for a while. I mean, like I said, I was in ICU for 6 weeks and had multiple surgeries in the first 10 days alone. And the same doctors were the same. I had the same surgeons since day one. Same doctors, everything. Even the physical therapist, the lady I cussed up and down and said when I get better I was going to come back and beat her up, because. Yeah. But she was an amazing woman, and she and I don't, who's ever listening, it wasn't out of meanness. What happened was it was literally like the 11th or 12th day, and